So support line, pretty great hero. Offensive hero, offensive sub. What the hell is going on here?
Wow, broken game.
350, 350, 350. Loch Ness monster.
I think when they get, cast, it might reset, but that's probably a 7.0 bug.
Yeah, 7.0 has got loads of bugs for sure.
Shit game. Shit game.
Oh well. So let's see what you bought. You bought 2 sets of regen. You bought a courier, I believe. Can we now see who buys a courier? Or
Pretty sure I bought it, or Cottle bought it.
all right. So yeah, probably you bought it based on how much gold you have. And you bought 1 observer, or is it 2?
I bought 2. I gave one to Nyx, I think.
No, there's still an observer in the base.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it looks like. Well, it might be a bug. So let's watch Nyx's inventory. He does. Is this an observer that he placed here? God damn, dude, this is just this is an observer. Yeah, he placed an observer. So you did give it to him. This is gonna be a very fun replay to watch. So assuming these are the items that you bought and it's not a bug as well. Wait, is this pre 7.0?
No.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is.
No, it's not. It's not pre 7.0.
5th of December, dude.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, it is. Whoops.
Yeah, it is. I mean, why am I looking at that? Just watch this. It is definitely pre 7.0. Maybe it's better to watch 7.0.
Yeah, okay. Check the PA game then.
Oh, God. Just downloaded. Okay.
That would explain why it wouldn't download, maybe.
Well, I guess so. It shouldn't matter, but
Oh, the PA one downloads.
yeah, it downloads just fine. Alright, so it's a PA replay then. Fantastic.
Alright.
Alright, so should have watched. Should have just had a quick look at. Really, I don't want to watch this.
Skip ahead.
All right. So looking at the lineup, PA.
This is garbage game, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why is that? Why do you feel it's garbage?
The lane was okay, but the Bloodseeker goes like 12-0 in like 12 minutes. It's pretty crazy.
PA is one of the better heroes to deal with Bloodseeker, to be honest.
Yeah, not when he goes 12-0 though.
Well, depends when he went 12-0. If it was like 12-0 in 10 minutes, then yeah. But if it's like 12-0 total game time, then you can pretty much deal with it. Okay. 12-0 at okay, it's not 10 minutes, it's 14 minutes. So yeah, I mean we'll just watch this game until it's pretty much over.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're Radiant. You start off with a Crewman Shield and a tank. Okay, first off, the lineup. You've got a PA carry, a Skyrath support with you, and a Timbersaw off lane, which is all pretty standard. But then you've got a Legion Commander mid, which is not great, and you have a Troll Warlord, who is going jungle, which is pretty god awful. So
yeah, it's fucking terrible, man.
Against you guys, you have a Void offlane, most like Void carry.
Void was offlane. Void was offlane.
Okay, so where was Phoenix?
Offlane with Void.
Okay, fantastic. Which is good for you because both these heroes require levels. Void needs farm. So if they were both offlane, then they will both be stunted on levels. So it pushes the game timing a little bit further. PA. If you go with the Vanguard Desolator build, which you did not go for, I believe you went with Vlad's. But if you go with, well, even Vlad's, depending on the situation, if you go for Vlad's or Vanguard Deso, you come online pretty quickly by like 15, 16 minutes in. As soon as you have Vanguard, you're online. But when you go Vlad's, then you need like Desolator to come online. So slightly further out. Also, you should not go Vlad's if the enemy team has some sorts of nukes. Like if you need HP, like you have to make this conscious decision every game as a carry. Do I need HP or do I don't worry too much about HP? And that usually is going to depend on whether the enemy team has nukes or not. In this case, the enemy team has a Pudge who's got a pure damage, huge pure damage nuke. It's like at level 4, it's 360 damage, which is pure damage. And you, by the time he has level 4 hook, which is like level 7, which is like 10, 12 minutes in, you're going to have somewhere around 900 to maximum 1000 HP. Maximum, I'm saying, if that. And he basically nukes you for 1/3 of your damage. Not to mention, sorry, 1/3 of your HP. Not to mention, he will lock you down, and enemy with team will kill you. Similar story with Bloodseeker. The nuke damage coming from him is it's pretty substantial. But if you have TP on you, you can TP out. There's nothing. He can't stop you unless he has a teammate with you. Other than that, against Void and against Wraith King, even against Phoenix, you're okay with Vlad's because Vlad's is overtime sustained. The more you hit, the more you sustain. Gives you armor, which is great against right clickers. So it's pretty fantastic against pretty much full right click team. But 99% of the time, you want to go Vanguard. It's a great build into Abyssal. You're going to need it. Vlad's is an item that you should request one of your allies to make it. Even if they don't make it, you're okay not to get it. It's completely fine.
Okay.
If you need it much later on, then you can think about buying it. But the PA is the problem with Vlad's on PA is Vlad's actually says to PA, you want to right click people down, you want to man fight people. PA is an assassin. She does not man fight people. She jumps on the backlines onto a support hero, onto a person she can kill within 4 hits. If you cannot kill somebody in 4 hits, one of them being a crit, you need to back. You don't even go on that person. And if you are really unlucky with crits and you don't kill even a support with 4 hits, and the guy still has like 2 or 3 hits left, you just back off. You do not re-engage. That's the way you play PA. It's you have to be really smart. She is not a regular carry. She does not stand there right-clicking people down. So that's important to understand. And that's why Vlad's is not really great, because Vlad's is good for when you want to right-click people down. Now, your starting items, of course, Tango is fantastic, but you went for Poor Man's Shield. Now, Poor Man's Shield, you should only buy Poor Man's Shield or if the enemy team has... if you expect to tank a lot of neutrals, right? And that is usually going to be when the enemy team has lots of push coming in, like a Sand King, like a Timbersaw, other heroes, like a Duel or Tri-Lane here, when they're just constantly going to be pushing in the lane into your tower, and you're constantly just going to be standing in the tower farming. So you really don't want to go for Poor Man's Shield most of the time. You just want to have a casual Stout Shield, and you want to have 2 sets of regen most of the time. When you're up against a Phoenix, sure, you don't need too much regen. Just 1 set of regen is okay, but then you want to have rest of the items, like some damage items. Some, you want to. Your first item should be Aquila, for example.
Okay.
Of course, brown boots. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But your first item should be the decision for your first item is going to be between Aquila, Ring of Health. I'll think of another item. Yeah, that's pretty much it. These are the 2 items that you need to decide between. You need to have Culling Blade, even though Culling Blade got a nerf, but it's really great on Phantom Assassin because now it gives you flat out 24 damage. Whereas before it gave you 40% of your damage, and I believe 40% was 1.4. 24, yeah, 60. If you had 60 damage, then you would be getting 24 damage. So for PA, who has, I think, 47, 47 base damage. What's the item? Culling Blade is really fantastic for her for the starting at the beginning, and you sell. But the only difference is now you sell it as soon as you run out of space in the inventory because it doesn't scale anymore. So keep it until you have space, until you don't need to sell it. But once you are running out of space, just sell it. But yeah, you should have a culling blade right now. Not with your first 625 gold. Usually, what I will do with my first gold is I'll buy a tango, a salve, a stout shield. I'll have 190 gold left over. Before the creep wave spawns, before the creep wave meets, I'll have 200 gold. I go to the side shop, buy the culling blade, and then I have the culling blade as my first item as well. Before the creep waves, before I need to right click anything down. So that's a great starting item. It helps you last hit a lot more. We will probably see you struggle with last hits this game, but that's not because of Culling Blade as much as it is, I believe, going to be because of your lack in practice. But that's besides the point. Now, coming back to your first items, Ring of Health or um, Aquila. Now you want to go for Ring of Health if you are getting harassed a lot. If you just if you burn through your region really quickly and you're nowhere near buying a Ring of Health, you need to ferry out more region immediately. You need to buy more tangos or salve or whatever. But what you should not do is just stay in lane and not just wait for more gold. That is the absolutely worst idea. Okay, so that should be one decision. And secondly, if you feel like okay, I'm spamming dagger a lot, then you need your at least Basilius as quickly as possible. Now there could be many reasons why you want to spam dagger. For example, the lane is really hard. It's a tri lane, or maybe you're in an off lane, or it's completely an impossible lane, and the only way for you to farm is through dagger. And you need to have Basilius, and you need to have some more clarities as well. And also, if you have an offlaner who is low on armor, who does not have too much regen, who has no way to get regen naturally, by that I mean if it's not like a Wraith King or a Bloodseeker or something like that who just gains regen somehow, then you want to be spamming dagger on them as much as possible. Like you want to harass the hell out of them, harass them out of the lane. In that case, again, you want more mana regen. Now looking at this lane, it's already a dual lane against two normally heroes that normally go offlane, so you can expect to get harassed a fair bit. So I personally think that if it is going to be a like decent enemies, then you are going to get harassed a fair amount and you're going to run out of this region really quickly. But if they don't harass you, you still should go, you should anticipate that, you should prepare for that, and you should get the Ring of Health as your first item. Now, as far as the boots are concerned, you normally don't want to go boots on PA early on. Even if you go full Vanguard and Aquila and then buy boots, it's completely fine. The only few rare situations that you want to buy boots are if you were in a lane against a Pudge, for example. Well, that's not even a good example, to be honest, because even with the Pudge, you can blink out. Because the thing is, like, you can always blink out of any situation, right? So Pia can jump out of any situation, any difficult situation. Also, if you want to chase people down, your dagger slows them, and then you jump on them. So you don't really need boots. If you feel like you're in a situation where you need boots, it's usually going to be when you blinked on somebody and it was the wrong time to blink. So you actually made the wrong decision. So you were actually getting boots to save your ass from a mistake, which is not the way you want to play Dota normally. So boots is going to be a waste of money. It doesn't help you harass people. It doesn't help you farm faster, farm better. You're not roaming. You're never roaming as a carry PA. You're not going to go to any lane until you have Vanguard, which you should get fairly quickly. And after Vanguard, then you're very survivable, and you'll get your boots very quickly as well. It won't take more than like 9 minutes to get Vanguard plus boots.
All right.
Okay. And also keep an eye out on what the boots actually do for you, like when you actually chase or run away from people, because that's pretty much all the boots are useful for. And the other thing boots can be useful for are if you're running around from one place to the other, or if you're jungling or anything like that. But until you have Vanguard, you can't even jungle, so you're not going to be running around in the jungle. So you dagger in. You see, you daggered in. You blinked in. I mean, you daggered. You blinked. You got the kill. That's pretty much all. There you go. You're pretty much standing in one place. You're not moving. Right
Mhm.
now, you could have had, if you'd had Aquila or Wraithband or items of that, you would have had a little bit more damage. You possibly, let's see what the, yeah, well, maybe would have had a little bit more damage, and you could have killed these both people a bit faster, and maybe your Skywrath doesn't die, but unlikely. Situation would have been the same. The only thing guaranteed is that you would have definitely had more mana regen, and you would have been able to do the same thing that you did now again and again. But you're not going to have that because you went phase. What phase does do for you is that it gives you damage. By the way, phase gives you 24 damage. Aquila gives you 19 damage. It's almost the same.
Right. Okay.
The only difference is Aquila gives you mana regen as well, which is really crucial for you in this lane. Because you just found out, which is a bit surprising for me, is that you can kill these people in your lane. Sometimes matchups that normally, like in the, in 3.6k, 3.6 is pretty high, but still, you'll sometimes see that, okay, this matchup you should not be able to win, but suddenly the other guy is an idiot, So you realize, okay, I can actually get kills on. Like, look at this guy. Look at this guy. What a idiot. So you can get kills on this guy. Now, all of a sudden, your item build needs to adjust to the new situation. The item build needs to change. You need tons and tons of mana. You need mana regen. Not tons and tons, but you need to spam Stifling Dagger. Stifling Dagger costs okay, average 25 mana. Let's just say 25 mana. You should never use it at level 1, actually, unless like that kind of kill situation and you just want that 1 second slow. But really, it's level 3 when it really becomes super useful. So let's say 20 mana every 6 seconds, right? Every 6 seconds, you need 20 mana. So essentially, you need to have a mana regen of about 2 to 3 per second. You've already got 0.7. If you get a Basilius, that's 0.6, so you have 1.5 mana regen per second, which is pretty decent, which is pretty damn decent. This guy is going to go for... okay, never mind, he's pretty far off. Mana boots. So, yeah, just Basilius is most of the time enough. And then the next item that you can get is raindrops, and suddenly you're greedy, very greedy, very, very greedy. Okay, wow, that just happened. Okay, yeah, whatever, man. that shouldn't have happened as well. Yeah, the void is pretty bad, and further to my point, like just keep spamming the hell out of him. Get mana regen. At this point, you could have. I did not have TP. You could have TP'd here to the shrine. Could have got full HP, full mana, and then walked back here. Would have been
Yeah, I
pretty
keep
decent.
forgetting about the shrines, to be honest.
Sorry?
I keep forgetting about the shrines, but that's probably
Okay.
like more to do with not playing much at the moment.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's completely fine. It's a new patch, but it's but oh, okay. You decided to go for the salve, which is okay because it allows you to stay in lane a lot longer, and I'm really happy about that. But the only thing is, you should have bought a clarity as well. That would have been really great because now essentially if you get jumped on, you won't get jumped on. But if it was a different sort of a lane a little bit, or if the void was a little bit better, if you got jumped on, or if Pudge rotated and you get hooked, you will die because phase boots will not allow you to run away from everything, and you're not going to have enough mana for like blink. You do have enough mana right now, but if you throw one dagger, you're not going to have enough mana. So you're really stretching, like, and you got the kill. Okay. It's very edge of your mana pool. Literally, those were the only 2 spells you could throw. If you had more mana now, right now, if you had more mana, you could have gone for this void.
Yeah.
So kill opportunity because of mana issues. What did you buy? I didn't actually notice. You bought some.
It's a Sage's Mask and a Ring of Health.
Okay. Sage's Mask. Oh, okay, so you're going for that play.
Ring of Regen, yeah.
No, don't chase, because you can't. Okay, so you were about to chase that guy, and you're still playing aggressive on him. The thing is, like, what you should always be doing is keep constantly watching the mini map, right? There's no Bloodseeker, there's no Pudge. I'm not sure if you see this Wraith King or not, but Wraith King is not the issue. The Bloodseeker and the Pudge are the issues. The Pudge rotates in, hooks you, you have very, very low mana, you most likely won't survive.
I'm
Void
pretty
was
sure
not.
that's exactly what happens.
Okay, okay. And also, same goes for Bloodseeker.
Yeah, there we go.
Same goes for Bloodseeker. If Bloodseeker comes in, ults you, you don't have a TP. So you can't TP. Even if you had a TP, Void has, 2 points in it. Well, 15% chance you could, try your luck, but you don't have any chance for luck either because you don't have a TP. Also, keep in mind, Sage's Mask gives you 50% mana regen, right? Fantastic. I can't actually see your agility or what the hell? How do I see?
Hold Alt.
Yeah,
No?
I'm holding hold.
Hover over the damage. Hover over the damage.
I can't.
Oh, that's why.
um, uh, PA has. Let's have a quick look at her damage, at her int. You are level 6, so base int is. Where is it?
Right under her portrait.
Oh, there we go. 15. 15 in plus 1.4 per level. That puts her at 1.4. What level did we say you were? 6?
6.
Okay. Plus, what is it? 15. So 23.4. So each point in int gives you, was it 0.1? Yeah, 0.1 mana per second. That means you are at 0.01. Was it 0.01 mana per second or 0. So you're at. That is not right. Now we're
2
doing
point.
something. I'm doing something wrong. I completely forgot how much mana regen you get per point in. This is like the most basic thing in Dota, and I can't even remember it. Okay. Mana regen per point in. Wow. Can't believe this just happened. At a senior. 0.4. 0.04. Okay. Yeah, 0.04. Okay, so 23.4 times 0.04 puts her at 0.9, and we should see something like 0.9. We don't see 0. Okay, yeah. So
the Sage's Mask.
Yeah, so you've got a base mana, you've got a mana pool of 0.09. That means that Sage's Mask gives you an additional. Just Sage's Mask gives you an additional 0.46, 0.46 mana, 47 mana per second, right? If you just bought this quickly with this item, like before you bought this what's it called, headdress, then you actually would have had 0.6, which is what, 20%, 25% more mana regen.
Yeah.
Which is quite a fair bit, So also it gives you armor. Yeah. And you could have had a TP instead of this item. Oh, that happened again. I thought that was a repeat. So we were talking about this time. This is the time.
Yeah.
You could have had instead of a ring of regen, you could have had a TP. Instead of just a Sage's Mask, you could have bought this early on, much earlier on. And as soon as Bloodseeker ulties you, you TP out. And if Pudge is there as well, then you're dead because he's just gonna hook you. The other thing is that I was pointing out beforehand when you were trying to go a bit aggressive on Void right here is that you don't see Pudge, you don't see Bloodseeker. You want to play very defensive. You want to assume right now that they are trying to kill you, right? You can sometimes see that in the enemy offlaners' movements as well. If they suddenly start playing slightly different how they were playing before, if they start being a bit more aggressive or a bit more passive, right? Then you can kind of know if you're going to be ganked or not. But regardless, if you don't see people in the lane, in their lanes, people who can gank you and kill you, then you want to play very safe. So if right now you would have been assuming Bloodseeker or Pudge were coming to kill you, you would be farming just with your Stifling Dagger. You would be standing Stifling Dagger as 1200 range. So we're talking about somewhere right literally this distance, but not here because Pudge could be hidden here. So I'm talking about like on this side of the map, on further down here, just throwing out your daggers. You're out of vision. There's no way you can get hooked because you're out of vision. You Bloodseeker can't ult you until he comes in range, and then you can just walk away. So yeah. So that's what happened, and you kept running as well. I mean, you were pretty much dead. The only thing that I can say is what you could have done. You got ultied. That's completely fine. You're not escaping right now. Right now, so you could have daggered the Bloodseeker to slow him down, maybe, or daggered this guy and just blinked on this guy to get the additional 4 attacks and just kill him. Try to kill him. You get a crit, you get 2 crits, the guy's dead. You're gonna die anyway, but you can at least get one kill. Like just like this guy, what this guy did. He knew he was dead, so he went in for a kill as well. He got the kill. Fantastic. So it's not bad to die when you get ganked by 3 people. Of course, most of the times, okay, sometimes it can be avoidable, but if they rotate 3 people to kill you, you're gonna die. But if you can turn that to a little bit to your advantage and get a kill or an assist, then that's a win. That's a win for you. Yes, dying can be a win for you. So don't like you walking like that. If you're gonna walk, while you're ulted by Bloodseeker, then it's much better to let's see. It's much better to right here. You see the Bloodseeker coming, and he ulties you. You have a kind of a guesstimate idea of how long it'll take for Bloodright to do the silence. So you can throw the dagger on this guy, and just like the last 300 millisecond before it silences you, you blink on this guy. Yes, you're gonna take damage, but you're gonna take less damage than you walk out here, and then you right clicking that guy as well. What you're gonna do right now as well. You did exactly the same move. You did exactly the same move, except you took more damage from walking all the way over here. What do you, did he blood? He actually did. It's funny if he blood raged you, then there's another funky thing you could have done right here. Instead of daggering him, you could have daggered one of the creeps that was about to die. Instant 140 HP or something like that. Yeah. So that could have been interesting. That's support commended. Yeah, just keep this. Oh, there you go. Just keep harassing him, throwing out dagger, and when once he uses his time walk, just blink on him, because that's damage he's not going to be able to remove. Bad idea, very bad idea. Okay, never mind.
I couldn't get the dagger on him at this point.
Yeah. It's too deep already. And you get hooked. You lose one third of your like. Look at your HP. It's not even 900, and he is doing. Okay, it's not level 4 yet, but it's still 270 damage. So it's still one third of your damage of your HP. Okay. The next thing that I want to talk about is priming your attacks. You know how to prime your attacks?
Do what? Sorry.
To prime your attacks.
Oh
Prime your
yeah,
crits.
yeah. I know how to prime.
Okay. So when you play any hero who has a pseudo random ability, be it bash, be it crit, those are pretty much the only two. Like you're not gonna prime your axes, spins, or craggy or any of those things, but bash and crit are the biggest things, right? So if you once again you oh, you did the same thing again, which is fine because obviously you didn't know about it before. But instead of blinking here, the guy is gonna get to you, and you're still stuck there. Just man up. That's all you can do. Just literally just go on him and hope for a couple of crits and you know pray to the RNGesus and maybe. But but yeah, you should prime your attacks. Count to 7. Count to 6, 7. If you get 6 or 7, doesn't matter. Just jump on the enemy. You're gonna get a crit, so it's gonna be a big deal. You can miss a couple of last hits for it. Say 1, 2, 3. That didn't count. 3, 4, 5. You go 5. One more, and then you can like 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, you got 8 hits, 9 hits. You got 9 hits and no crit. This is the time that you should TP here and jump on. Okay, there's 5 people here. You're not gonna do that. Never mind. But if there was an offlaner, this was the time to just go balls deep. If there was a skirmish, there you go. 2 crits in a row. You see that? That could have been an enemy. That's what?
Yeah.
600 damage you just did in 2 right clicks? More than that? Yeah, about 600 damage that you did in 2 right clicks immediately. So in total you could have done, I don't know, 900 damage or nearly 1,000 damage once you blink strike. Well, a little bit more with your dagger, then blink strike, 4 hits. So that was one guy guaranteed dead. The main issue in the early game that you had was itemization. You played correctly. You had, let's have a quick look at 10 minutes in. At this time, 10 minutes in, you've got 40 last hits, 13 denies. Considering the lane, it's not too bad. You maybe could have pushed to 50. You didn't miss many last hits, so I'm completely happy with that. But you definitely could have had a little bit more. As far as the net worth is concerned, you are a bit low, but it's not too bad. You died a couple of times. You need to die those times, but it's fine to kill as well. So early game, apart from itemization, you didn't really make any big mistakes this game. So yeah, we can end this replay here because, as we said, very soon Bloodseeker just takes off and nobody can do anything about it. Nobody does anything about it. Your team's pretty much good.
No.
2 deaths.
Yeah, that's
I mean, it's 99% of the fault lies with the jungling troll warlord who for 10 minutes in, excuse me, has had 0 impact in the game. Pretty much, like he's just 2 deaths, no kills, no assists. He's not been part of any team fights. He's got shit items. Like these are the items you would expect to get in 4 minutes in a lane, right? 5 minutes max. So it's not even like his jungling is being very effective, and also this patch there's less creeps in the jungle. It's all of those things. You probably use a shrine as well, just for the hell of it, just to increase his jungle farm. But I don't know.